Hi, I'm Brie Elise from the Adventures of Gerard Dupris, and I'm inviting you to see the world through the piercing gray eyes of the sleuth of New Orleans. I became aware of this project through my coworker, Jennifer Brown, who is one of the very talented writers here. And she told me that I should come and talk to Beau and do a voice test. Just vintage movies in general have always been interesting to me, as I grew up watching a lot of old TV shows. The younger I was, it seems I started more in the 1960s with I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched, The Munsters, Get Smart, some of the more goofy television shows, and then Gilligan's Island, of course. And then as I got older, I began to appreciate things more from the 50s, television show-wise, and then some more of the noir movies of the 30s and 40s. Juliet is somebody who is very much more wise beyond her years. She has the wisdom that most people, I think, hope to attain in their lifetime, and yet she achieves it at such a young age and is able to process it and still, maintain, day-to-day life. So, what a gift that is to, have this vision and clarity at such a young age, but it also comes at a cost. Because she's not able to see the world as a regular, early 20s, that carefree. Her and Dupris kind of have, she always refers to him as daddy. So, it always, seems to be a little bit of a parental-child relationship, but it's very much that the respect is there. It's not, he doesn't treat her like a child, but she, looks up to him and admires him as if he were, a parent, or if he was a parent to her. And there are things that I like about her and that I find very admirable about her, such as her wisdom and her way of processing horrible things that happen to her, because that takes a type of strength that I think, I find admirable. But, I'm not, me, myself, personally, I'm more of a skeptic, so I don't believe very much in, paranormal things or seances or anything like that. I have a bachelor's of science in biology, so I very much believe in, the ordered view of the universe backed up by math and science. So she's definitely, a foreigner that lives in my brain whenever I read her lines, but nonetheless, we all, I always draw inspiration from the words that she says. Voice acting is very different from most things that I've done, but I enjoy that aspect of it because I haven't had a chance to overthink it in the way that I do other challenges that I do more regularly. But I think that most people think of voice acting as people all getting together in a room, microphones everywhere, and we all just read through the script once and then call it a day, and you're just there by yourself. I mean, I know by now, people have probably seen more, behind the scenes of voice acting productions, and they're more aware that you're just alone with a big set of headphones on, and you're in a room and you just read your lines over and over and over again. I do consult YouTube to prepare for the role because I myself am from New Jersey, and trying to get a more southern New Orleans accent is not something that comes naturally to me. So that I have to try to practice on there. I have a few go-to videos that I like to watch a few times. Well, I mean, of course, as a kid, I grew up watching a lot of cartoons, and became really enamored of the voice talents, especially when I started realizing that one person was on multiple TV shows, and the one that always influenced me the most was an actress by the name of Christine Cavanaugh, who she was the voice of Babe the Pig, Chucky from Rugrats, Oblina from Ah Real Monsters, Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory, and just so many things that I was a fan of, and I kept seeing her name and E.G. Daily, who did voices on the Rugrats as well, just pop up over and over again. So I really began listening to the voices in most animated things, and just really paying attention to see if I could recognize their little telltale voice nuances that you can always kind of recognize are certain people's. My favorite story so far is actually the season opener, or season 3. It's got some really exciting twists and turns that I did not see coming when I read the script myself. One of my absolute favorite parts of the show is not a person, but it's the music. The music itself is such a fantastic background player that always strikes me as it's just so polished, and so that's what separates it from other things that I listen to, if that makes sense. All the characters are really fantastic though, because I mean, of course, Dupris, I mean, I only hear sound bites as I'm recording, in the moment before I see the final product all put together, but it's always, he brings such I have such a vision of him already in my head with the nice fedora hat and a trench coat, just from the tones in his voice. I can't believe that we're on season 3 already. It seems like just last year we were doing season 1, and then when I think back, it was really season 2 we were doing last year. But the writing and the stories have all been fantastic, season after season, and I think that it's still a really solid radio show. Radio dramas and radio shows, although once more prominently associated with the 1930s and 40s, I think that everything old is new again, and we've never had a larger resurgence of vintage as we do today, so I don't see why it would be, have trouble finding an audience, because I think people are always interested in things that are new and different, and even though it's old, it can be new again. Thank you so much for watching. A super big thanks to our listeners over the past 3 seasons. If you like us, please support us by purchasing merchandise, such as this fine button and t-shirts and bags. And as always, you can visit nolannoir.com for episodes, store links, and other good stuff.